So you've missed the 10x run from Nvidia and you're looking for the next Nvidia. So today this is what we're looking for in these next 5 stocks. I'm Mehdi from Toko Alpha Mine, and in this video we are going to deep dive into 5 stocks that have the potential to become the next Nvidia and become AI dominant player in the market and deliver strong return for your portfolio. So let's get started. So first, what are we looking for to replicate the run from Nvidia? So first, we're looking at a company with quite a significant market cap still, so a large cap, and which is going to become in the future a dominant player in the AI space, which is the growing and the most important industry today. So we are going to look at these 5 companies and we are going to see if they should be in your portfolio. So the first company is going to surprise you because this is Nvidia. So Nvidia, yes, is already at the 4 trillion market cap, but today this is the only company being able to provide all the tools for all the hyperscalers and all the companies wanting to leverage AI. So going forward, Nvidia is still going to become dominant players and going to leverage the huge industrial revolution we are going to have with AI. But still, with a 4 trillion market cap, today is going to be tough to become a next 10x. So what we can expect from Nvidia is maybe become the first company to reach a $10 trillion market cap. But expecting a 10x from Nvidia at this level, I think is maybe a bit too much. So Nvidia is going to continue to become or continue to be a dominant player in the space, but let's not hope that Nvidia is going to become the next Nvidia. If not Nvidia, what about AMD? So this AI chip market is definitely not going to be a winner-take-all market. And so with the increase of needs in terms of inference, so what we can expect is that AMD is going to be a leader in this type of chips, so with very strong inference, meaning that with added memory and a focus on inference rather than training, AMD is going to be able to become like one of the best dominant player in terms of AI chip, competing directly with Nvidia, but also expanding the market with inference. So AMD has the potential to actually become a company like Nvidia if we see that this industrial revolution with AI is continuing to become more and more important, and we are still seeing a huge reliance on this type of players for the chip makers. So AMD is a company to actually follow, definitely strong potential in this case. Is it a 10x potential? The future will tell, but AMD is definitely have all the tools and all the chips to actually make it happen. We have seen partnership with OpenAI, Microsoft, Meta, for example, with their MI300 and MI400 chips. And definitely, if the world relies on inference, AMD is going to be the next Nvidia. In a world dominated by AI, who else than the true full-stack AI winner is going to be the next Nvidia? Yes, Google can be the next Nvidia because they are dominating every aspect of AI today. So going from hardwares with the TPU, which is a direct competitor to Nvidia in some cases, with products, data, and research, as they have the best model, as we've seen with Gemini 2.5 Deep Think. And definitely, we can expect that Google is going to dominate the AI world and could definitely be the next Nvidia going forward. Is it going to 10x? As well, the future is going to tell. But definitely, if the AI revolution is becoming that important and that we have huge players like Google dominating this area, you can see very strong returns from Google. So Google can also become like the next company to reach $10 trillion. We can see that happen in the next 10 years. So definitely a stock to check if you believe that the AI revolution is worth it. Some will say, what about Palantir? So Palantir has already seen a huge run with 20x. So it is going to become like a leader in terms of AI and the next $1 trillion market cap or even more. Well, so I get that in terms of valuation today, this might be a bit difficult, to be honest, to be realistic, because they are still pretty small companies, at least in terms of revenue and profitability. But still, what we've seen from Palantir is actually very strong growth, but also a very strong core engineering at Palantir. And if the AI revolution is becoming more and more entrenched into the society and that every company needs AI tools, so we can expect Palantir to become the operating system for every company in the world. And if this happens, So we can see Palantir becomes a company like a Google or Microsoft in the next 10 years. But given their valuation today at $300 billion or more, so this will be difficult to become a 10x in the future. So strong potential for Palantir, but the valuation today doesn't make sense, at least to me. So that's not the next Nvidia. Then one wild card is Broadcom, or ticker symbol AVGO. So why Broadcom could be the next Nvidia? Because this is the anti-Nvidia play. Yes, because with their custom silicon strategy and the fact that everyone wants to get out of their reliance with Nvidia, they might actually turn to Broadcom to actually partner and get their own silicon. So we've seen that with Amazon, we've seen that with Apple, we've seen that with Meta, we've seen that also with Google in a different way in the TPU. But those hyperscalers, they want to get out of the reliance on Nvidia. So definitely what we can expect is that a company who makes custom silicon is going to actually become a strong competitor to Nvidia, as we are going to see diversification in terms of AI chip. So if you're looking for a company with very strong potential, Broadcom could be actually one of it. But still, Broadcom has already had a huge run as well, so it will be difficult to become the next 10x going forward. So bonus stock for the next Nvidia, this is Tesla. Yes, Tesla. Why? Because Tesla has always a wild card and can become every time the next AI play in the market. So with robotics, with the robotaxi, so we can see that they have the potential, if they execute properly, to become the next Nvidia with a next 10x run. But still, they're almost like $1 trillion company. So to become the first $10 trillion company, they have to execute perfectly on their Optimus strategy. But if this happens, why not? They can become the next Nvidia by becoming the most important company in the world with robotics. So Tesla definitely a wildcard, a bonus in this list, and we cannot sleep on Tesla because we have seen in the past that they have executed pretty well. So Optimus could be the most disruptive force in the world, just like Nvidia AI chip have been in the past few years. So let's check that. So who is the next Nvidia? So we've seen with these 5 stocks, including Nvidia, that is going to be very difficult to become the next Nvidia in the AI space. So we've seen with Nvidia, we've seen with AMD, with Google, with Palantir, or with Broadcom that there is a lot of potential in the AI space. But the problem is that all these stocks, they have already run up pretty significantly. Valuation are actually crazy high already, and it is actually very difficult to see any of these stocks to become a 10x going forward given their huge run up already. So be careful in the market, because I think that for all these stocks, except maybe for Google, we have seen that there is a huge downward risk because the valuation is so high that we can see retracement pretty significant in the market. And so it means that they could be the next Nvidia, but they could also be the next Intel. So be careful in the market. And if you're interested in other analysis like this one, please check my other videos, please subscribe, and I see you in another one. Bye.